All right, what's up, people? Figured I'd do something a little bit more lighthearted today after jumping off the Jay Dyer philosophical confusion train. So I'm gonna make a list of my top 10 favorite comic book characters, and outside of the top three, this list would be subject to change in the future. But I've had this same list for a while. So this can include superheroes or villains. Now, let me tell you, this is the only picture you're going to see. This took me a while. The fucking detection algorithms and being able to save a picture and not have it have watermarks or anything on it. Even I think this one does have a little tiny watermark at the bottom right hand corner, but whatever. I didn't feel like spending an hour fucking like downloading and cropping and doing all that shit with fucking other pictures. So we'll have to do with obviously, spoiler alert, number one, Superman. We all knew that, so it's not really a spoiler. So let me start at number 10 and work my way up. Now, again, this is both heroes and villains. So at number 10, I have the Age of Apocalypse Magneto. And this was basically an alternate reality where Professor X was killed before he could create the X-Men, or at least get them off the ground or whatever. So Magneto had to step up. So he became the hero of that storyline, with obviously Apocalypse as the main villain. Probably, in my opinion, the best storyline in all of comics ever. So that's just my opinion. At number 9, a Superman villain, Mr. Mxyzptlk, a fifth dimensional elf. Yeah, I think he's a fifth dimensional. No, imp. Fifth dimensional imp. He's basically Q from Star Trek: The Next Generation. He can just make whatever he wants to happen. He's like super powerful. He just plays around with Superman. he never really like gets angry. So okay, number 8. I know we're sticking with the theme here. Superboy Prime, not to be confused with Superman. Superboy Prime. He's a version of, Superboy that had kind of escaped the whole process of Crisis on Infinite Earths by basically being somebody in the real world. Oh, it's convoluted. Look into it. But yeah, he's basically Superman, but without the weakness to kryptonite and without the weakness to magic. And he's stronger and faster and everything else. So, yeah, Superboy Prime. At number 7, I have a villain. And this is Onslaught. Probably one of the most terrifying villains in the Marvel Universe. There's other people above him, I would say. But this is basically Professor X and Magneto like merge to form this being. And the being just uses all these, like, he gets Franklin Richards, and then he gets Nate Gray, the X-Man, and he has those two like kind of under his control, like they're inside of his body, kind of powering him. And so he reaches that level of like just absolute power. It took the Hulk at full strength, I mean maximum anger, it took the Hulk punching him to break his suit of armor. And you're like, oh, the Hulk beat him. No, he made him more powerful because now he was just pure energy. So yeah, Onslaught. At number 6, another OP villain. And that would be the Batman Who Laughs. This was a Batman from an alternate universe where he actually snapped and did kill the Joker, but the Joker had this like, kill switch. Like if Batman killed him, and he would release this like hereto unforeseen toxin that basically turned Batman into like a hybrid of the Batman and the Joker, and he goes on a multiversal like rampage. It's hilarious. He eventually becomes the second most powerful being in the universe. With us later in his arc. Number 5, Doctor Doom. And that's not because the movie's coming out. Doctor Doom is one of those perennial villains where it's always like, he's always one step ahead. He's always smarter. He's always scheming to take ultimate power. He's stolen power from the Beyonder not once, Not twice, but I think 3 times. Definitely twice. So yeah, Doctor Doom, and he's got one of some of the best one-liners in comics. Number 4, another villain, the Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne. I find his story more compelling than that of the Flash, meaning Barry Allen, because he is a villain and what drove him to be a villain, and now he's kind of the mirror of the Flash, but kind of going backwards through time. I just found his character arc to be a little bit more compelling than the actual Flash, so he didn't make the list, unfortunately. And neither did OG Batman. So you got a Batman and a Flash, just not the ones you were expecting. At number 3, my favorite villain of all time, everybody knows, is fucking Darkseid. Darkseid takes the number 3 spot comfortably. Just the best villain. He's just the best. I mean, he's just OP. Most of the time when he fights, he's got his hands behind his back like, you don't want me to hit you. You do not want me to hit you. And he just uses his Omega beams. And that stomp. That stomp is vicious. Okay, 2 and 1 are obvious. Number 2, I've already given you one. 2 is obviously, Diana, Wonder Woman. Easily. Comfortable at number 2, not going anywhere. Shit, if anybody could overtake Superman as my favorite character, it would be one. It's not going to happen, but I'm saying if. It's a big if, but So yeah, those are my top 10 favorite comic book characters. There's some that are noticeable by their absence, like, fan favorites like the Hulk, Wolverine, Punisher, Deadpool. Those are just, Spider-Man, of course. Those are just not my vibe. They're all good characters. Don't get me wrong, man. I have a lot more issues with the Hulk and fucking X-Men than you would care to admit. But anywho, yep, that's me. Top 10. A little bit more lighthearted.